What's up? It's your boy Carcino here, and let's talk about it. The Houston Rockets has been sold. When I told you they were put on the market, when they were spending all of this money to try to turn everything around to a winning team this year, one of the Frittatas, you remember them from the UFC, the Frittata brothers that own the casinos and restaurants and everything. Now they spent some of their money. Well, he has to buy the Houston Rockets from Leslie Alexander, who wanted out, and sold it for a record sale price of 2.2 billion. Woo! Now, people think if I get this kind of money, I can buy an NBA team. Nah, it don't work like that. Floyd Mayweather can't just walk up and say, "Here's the money. I want to buy a team," even if it's for sale. See, the sale has to be approved by the NBA Board of Governors, which means they vet you. And what they mean by vet is they drive a microscope up your butt to find out exactly where you get your money, everything about you, your past, who you're associated with, and everything else. And then they make a decision on if you're somebody that could be sitting in that seat of ownership. So, in other words, no blacks. And you're going to be seeing Uh, only thing you're gonna be seeing is somebody who comes from old money or new money or family. In other words, no blacks. Mostly it's a team. A lot of people thought Beyonce would, be a part owner of this team. We don't know if he's gonna sell part, shares there, but I don't know. He's from Texas anyway. He's from Galveston, Texas. He had courtside seats for years, so he's truly somebody that was plugged into this Rocket franchise. And I'm quite sure it was an interest of him, and the owner was very quite aware of his interest in buying it. So on Monday, they agreed in principle to sell the team, but they're just waiting, the result of what's going to happen with the NBA Board of Governors, which shouldn't be a problem at all. It should be an easy transition, dealing with everything that was happening in the city due to Hurricane Harvey. And, the announcements coming amidst the aftermath, but it needed to get done. Um, the Rockets are valued at probably what 1.6 or 1.5 billion. So they're like one of the eighth most valuable NBA teams in the league. So they had multiple offers though by a lot of people, a lot of groups, and Landry Incorporated, which is the nation's biggest restaurant corporation, like the Golden Nugget casinos and hotels. Um, he owns those. So with Landry Incorporated owning all of these different restaurants and casinos, Furtada has no other partners in connection with the transaction. He will own it outright, which means the operation of the Toyota Center in Houston. If the sale of the franchise is improved, the Golden Nugget, which is in Las Vegas, will be able to offer betting on Rocket. Will not be able to offer betting on Rockets games because he owns a casino. That's it's a conflict of interest. So because he owns the casino that's in Las Vegas, the Golden Nugget, they won't be able to take any bets on the Houston Rocket game. Right. And he also stated that he plans on keeping the Rockets in Houston. Many people thought that the Houston Rockets may be moved depending on who bought them. So he was an original investor in the Houston Texans back in gosh, I don't forget what it was. I think back in the 90s or Whenever the Texans came in like 99, he became an investor then because he tried to buy the Rockets in 1993 for 81 million. But the team was sold for Alexander for 85 million. Now they worth 1.5, 1.6. Alexander was very smart. He didn't cash out right now. Like, I'm out. I'm cashing out. So Alexander, who's been friends with Tillman for a long time, so he says, you know what? I feel good, passing the torch over to him. He's a Houston business leader and committed to the success and excellence of the Rockets, both on and off the basketball court. I have personally known him for over 24 years, and I don't think I could have found anyone more capable of continuing the winning tradition of our Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets won the NBA title in the first 2 seasons after Alexander bought the team. First 2 seasons after Alexander bought it. They won 2 NBA titles back to back. In 24 seasons under Alexander ownership, the Rockets have won 56% of their games, the 5th best in the league. Leslie Alexander has been one of the best owners in all of sports. And I thank him immensely for this opportunity. That's what Tillman said. He has the heart of a champion. Lastly, out of respect for the NBA's approval process, I can say no more other than I am overwhelmed with emotion to have the opportunity in my beloved city of Houston. And just like that, it's done. What are your thoughts? Can they get Melo now?